Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Empire with me, Qualification. This is part 23, I believe now. We're still on turn 67, around 67. And what I've done so far is I've started constructing the truck station level 3, and that's all that I've done so far. So a couple of things we did last time are still in place here. We've got this new army down here to try to stop this advance and kind of lock that in. And we had another army here, the siege infantry, that are now in position. There was also one other thing I did actually on the replenish troops menu. There was some buggies that we needed to build, so I went ahead and built those. So my thinking here is they did also push this front up, so we need to be wary. Because we used to be around here, I believe was where the border was. We do need to be wary about an assault from down there. One thing we can do, potentially, is use one of our strat cards to make a difference here. Investor backing is good. Why don't we target Bell with this? It's a free amount of credits there. And Bell can also have a zoo upgrade. That's all that they can get there. And they already have level 3 commercial. Okay. So one thing that was suggested was that we, over here on this front, don't want to destroy the agrodome here because we could collect resources from it. My thinking on why I'm destroying it is essentially that I don't think that this front is going to hold. These units here are very weak, and our supply that actually gets through to this part of the map is very limited. We only go 74 here, so most of the supply is not getting through there. And we do have this new truck station, which is going to help. Did I already build? Yeah, I built the supply base. That will be built next turn at any rate. So that will help push supplies to the front. But until then, we don't really have good supply. Looking at it here, mostly along this front, I'm not too worried about the situation over here. This is concerning. This is somewhat concerning, although this territory is so horrible that we could easily kind of outmaneuver them, I think, and then cut them off. They would quickly lose to anything we put up there. In Bell, we are one turn away from our metal mine. And we have a decent sized population here now. I wonder if we want to increase our production here. We will have our industry level 3 soon. That, yeah, wait, you're really on industry 2 still? Okay. So we will have industry 2 in 3 turns, I guess. So we're ways off on that, actually. But my thinking is for this war, our position should be to just hold. A lot of people said we need more troops. I do agree with that assessment. Why is this not connected? Did there something happen to destroy the road here? Or did this just never have a road connection? I don't know. But we're going to build a road from here. Ah, right. We have to do it from here. So we'll just do that. That'll let supply flow up through there. Yeah, actually, I don't think there ever was a road there because we took this land from Dilkoraum. And actually, that's Granite Ridge right there. We used to have the border something like down here. So all this territory is what we've gotten. Geez, there's a lot to think about here, but mostly, I just want to hold the line where we can. We do have some artillery that we can bombard with, so we can do that. Maybe try to make a push on this front. So let's use all of the artillery that we have, which is militia artillery and then our mechanized, to soften these guys up. Sorry, I'll put it on the graphic map here. Oh, they've actually got some tracked units in here now. Oh, those are just their mosquitoes. Never mind. So we did a little bit of damage. What's their what's their morale looking like? 41 readiness, 109 entrenchment. Still not really comfortable attacking that. Let's see if we went with everybody. Don't need the infantry commander in here. It says 1.1 to 1. I mean, yeah, they're still getting a huge bonus from entrenchment, and then they have all these modifiers from their regime profile and whatnot. Yeah, their posture gives them a bonus there. Our units are benefiting from the Blitzkrieg posture. No. Oh, this is the Supreme Headquarters. These guys are benefiting from the Blitzkrieg posture. But I don't think we can claim it with just what we have there. I think what we'll do, we'll move these guys up. Try to hold this position here. And maybe even move these guys in one. Okay, then we can push the front a little bit here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the supply map mode. So we just need to hold the line here, and we could cut this road off. That would, if we get these units encircled, then they'll be easy to destroy. Particularly, can help bring that wing in. So, do we have anyone we can move? Really? Don't want to take them off the road. Already use them. We do have these tanks we could shift around. Maybe what I'll do is just move this unit here to reinforce this spot so they don't have an easy time taking it. Now, having 0 artillery on this front basically does mean we don't have a way to attack these units. I think we'll move the Gladius up, and we'll just try to kill this thing. I mean, it's saying 14 to 1 odds. What unit am I selecting right now? What is it that had that? This is just with an engineer team. Okay. Well, we'll try it. We'll see if that actually works. There we go. Got him. So we lost one of our units, but we got him. So now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Meaning we can kind of move these units up. We have any spares sitting around? Okay, so this guy could take this farm from them. I guess we'll do that. We'll start getting in a position where we're just kind of cutting everything off here. Oh, okay, so there are units here. That was a bit of a gamble. Okay. So we know that they have units here. We have very poor recon all throughout here, which isn't great. All these guys really need to get reinforced, but sadly we don't have the supply up here yet for it to happen. As soon as we get the IP, I would like to get a real road built through here so the supply can be pushed through a lot farther. I feel like there's probably a unit here. If not, though, that's like a huge opportunity to cut them off. Let's try it. Okay, that one was free. Let's move him up. Move these guys out. So I don't want to move again, I don't think, because that unit, first off, this square might be occupied, but also that unit is kind of vulnerable as lower APs. Do we have anyone who can move? This guy, he's just kind of holding the front. very poorly because he's a militia, but he's just going to have to keep at it. Next turn, we're going to have a lot more forces at our disposal between all of these siege infantry as well as the new MGs down here. And we'll have more IP available, so we'll be able to make more troops. So I guess what we'll do, we'll go ahead and say mothballed on this rather than on active, just because theoretically we could hold this and then get income. Actually, no, I'm just gonna close it. These resources that it takes to build, I don't have the workers to spare, and I don't have the supply to spare, so it just makes more sense to destroy it than to try to hold on to it. This guy here, can we move? Okay. Well, let's move here and just keep it this kind of line that we have set up. Move this guy forward one, just to try to hold this tile better. Okay, things are starting to shape up on this front. Feeling decent about it. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And we're probably going to get hammered with losses for a while. We just don't have the same quality of troops as our enemies do, owing to the difference in profiles that we have. What we do have is a significantly stronger economy, and eventually that'll translate into enough of a tech advantage for us to win on that merit. Another thing we could do, we could start employing rocket artillery. The advantage of that would be that we don't have to even care about the front line itself. We could just basically spend all of our advantage and resources on bombardments that are kind of risk-free. Of course, we still do need a front line, but we can mitigate the advantage they have that way. Honestly, the only thing that's really threatening to me right now is the fact that Dunkelraum has so much of the global population, meaning that the cities they control are able to do a lot of stuff. They're still not doing what we're doing, you know, they're not competing at that level, and we're threatening a lot of their integral resources, so that's also putting a strain on their economy. Plus, they're fighting a war with Schwarzbund at the same time. But in the long run, they do have the back line, they have their desert territory that they can kind of use with the same impunity that we can use our back line with. Although now we have Exeter being threatened by, it looks like, a mountainside advance, as well as some troops that are moving in through the forest. We should find out a lot this turn. Alright, what do we got? Killed 500, lost 200, that's acceptable. We have 3 decisions and 71 reports. Okay, still the fanaticism. We have developed privates 4. So those are the guys using our improved combat armor. Operationalized armored corps, armored brigade, armored army. So this is the entirely armored order of battle. And we have these, a lot of spy cards and everything. Private economy is building some stuff here, I think. Or did I start upgrading these? I don't remember, honestly. We did start upgrading the agrodome, I remember that. I don't know if I did that. Okay, it didn't get all the way out there. So we did have a little bit of shortages in IP, but overall we were able to mostly build everything we needed. What's the private economy doing? Doesn't look like they're doing anything right now. We'll have to look in here to see. They are currently not doing anything. They don't have enough money, probably. They only have 500 bucks. Yeah, they spent all their money. Which is fine. We do have a danger level. So let's take a look at our history, see what the battle was. There was a battle here that was between Donkaram and Schwarzbund. And then we were attacked here, which we held off. We killed 300. That's with a very weakened army as well. Then there was a battle over here between our forces and theirs, and it looks like we retreated from it, although we inflicted equal numbers of casualties. And that's it. Okay. So we can say with confidence this particular hex has an enemy unit on it. And, well, let's go ahead and move up these guys here. So let's just take a unit here. Alright, so we'll just move the whole army into position here. And maybe we'll get enough recon from that to see them. No, okay. There they are. Huge, huge army, actually, is what our intel suggests. All of it infantry, and they're kind of way out of position. If they move forward, they will be surrounded and annihilated without too much trouble. I don't like that I don't see anything, and we don't have intel on that square. Okay, so we can cut them off right here. That would basically guarantee the fall of Juneavail if we did that. What's the front look like up about Donkaram? So we are getting reinforcements finally. What's our supply situation? We're getting some level of supply up here, very little. We are still building our extendo things. That's understandable. Okay. Let's move the militia up here just to make sure they can't take that spot. This guy can stay where he is. Don't really need to be here, I don't think. Just go to the hills. Okay, so we have a lot of ground to cover. If we can get these improvements done, that's going to extend our supply a lot. We also need to keep enough IP on hand to pay off all of the debts that we're going to have to do for construction projects. Okay, so we do have a problem down here and here as well. Perhaps what we can do is rotate just a little bit, like so, so we can, there we go, get some more surround on these guys. And what's your odds? Yeah, you don't have good odds. And if we wanted to just do ranged, okay, we still have enough to do bombardment here. Let's do an artillery bombardment. We didn't have much AP on those guys. There we go, there's a hit. So only 2 hits, which only does a little bit of damage to them. It is probably preventing them from being able to do an attack, but honestly not that effective. Alright, let's start moving these guys up. This is our special... No, that's okay, that's just siege infantry. Move him one up. Where's our chemical warriors at? Are they in here? No, I think they're down here. Somewhere. There they are. Chemical Warriors Battalion. Now these guys have better odds because of their unique advantage. Don't really want to use that though. Okay, so we know enemy units right there. Interesting. Let's see. Where is our headquarters at? Is it in this pile? Yeah, okay. Let's take our GR infantry. Move them up 1. Move these guys up here. Okay, so there's those. So we can say with confidence that this is where they're holed up. These guys are just our MG line, so we can move them up. Okay, we're cutting off this position here. Now they're out of supply. The only supply they have is what's in the city. In the city, they are building a demetalizer, which is interesting, but the city will be cut off totally from supply, which helps with all these troops here that we're dealing with. Oh boy. Let's do something like move this guy back, move him back. Okay, we'll hold this spot. We do need another brigade up here at least, I'd say. How is our supply situation on this front line? We have plenty of available supply to be distributed. Okay. I wonder if this is just really bad intel. I mean, 39, that is an enormous army. See, what we actually see on the tile is 2,200 men, so that's not near as much. We'll leave them here. If you think about it, we actually have pushed the border with Schwarzmund pretty far into their territory here, all this. In fact, when the war started, we didn't even have this territory. So we've taken a lot from them. All the way up here. We have decisions to look at. Let's take a look at this. So what's our new infantry look like? Let's go to our models. And infantry. So privates 4. Much higher combat rating. Look at their design. No, their techs. Okay, so they are getting a big bonus to their armor strength. They're also getting the advanced sensors bonus. And if we look at it, their weapon design, so that's static, but we look at their new stats. 329 HP versus 252. Much, much better. What's the production cost on these? It's identical. Identical production cost. So we will want to upgrade everybody as quickly as we can. In fact, do we have the ability to do that for this entire army here? Where's the HQ at? Where's it here? And then mass upgrade. All the units in this organizational HQ to privates 4. Yeah, so that takes a lot of resources for us to do that. So that's only a weight of 168. It's actually quite doable. That would substantially improve our capacity there, but I think instead of doing the sort of like term upgrades, we're going to go with more units out of the gate. Since we have better recon, we should probably develop a new model of motorbike, or upgrade our motorbike infantry to give them even better recon. Do we have any new... Okay, so we have the assault gun. Let's take a look at our model chart real quick. Types. We need to unlock the heavy tank in order to unlock all of this stuff. Assault gun is by itself. APCs are actually good. We could go for those. I think we'll go for an APC. That will help us with our infantry deployment. Where is that here? APC. We want the... So this is a lower ammo cost. It's gas powered, so it's lower power but better ammo. I think in the long run that's better. We'll future proof it a little bit. Also, I think there's more upgrade text for it. Very thick armor, and we'll go with a heavy engine. There we go. Now, what do we want to operationalize? Motorized assault, motorized storm, siege. I guess we'll go with a light armor assault, which is going to be a heavier version of the. Alright, we have a commander to appoint. Is there any recruit soldiers? No. Okay, so we'll do recruit junior. Michael Deepwaste, you're better than Britt Kelly, who's horrific, so you'll be the one for that. Okay, we don't really need to advance here. I am worried this front line is very thin, very, very thin indeed. We're gonna need to support this. So maybe our first stop on the unit deploying chart is actually up here. So let's say we want to raise a formation. Okay, so mostly we're going to be missing IP. Maybe time for a core as well. So we could do a light infantry corps, MG infantry corps. This is probably what we would go with. It's going to require a lot of IP though, which we don't have as yet. In the meantime, we can stick to our brigades. MG infantry 73%. So mainly we're just missing that IP. Now we are building what we can to build our industry up. Maybe we got to build more industry here. That could be worthwhile. There's a deep core gas extractor, so that just produces oil for us permanently without requiring a food input. Interesting. So industry 1, we're going to need 1,500 metal and 240 IP. Let's go with this. It's going to be another expense to add on, but we do need the IP. I'm going to save our IP in the hopes that next turn we'll get a brigade. So in the meantime, we just need to like shore up our positions. So here, okay, so we do have a guy there. Let's just take this whole front line and kind of lock it down best as we can. Okay, so that was a 50-50 whether there was going to be someone there or not. Unfortunately there were. Those are our GRs as well. We can't replace those, but had to be done because that could really have opened up a new gateway for us. Anyway, this thing is entirely filled. The only gap is here, which we can fill right now with... What do we actually have here? We only have one infantry on that tile. So we might have to use the motorbikes to fill it. Can we put anyone? Okay, we can move one of these guys. We'll move our chemical warriors over one. There we go. So this thing is now, it's a consolidated front line. Everybody is actually blockading something except for the organizational HQs, which are, you know, one tile back basically. Here, this is relatively solid. We're just holding the road up here. This is our weak point right now. This, and then there's the fact that the Indies are kind of moving in over here. Not that it really matters because we have nothing out here really, but hopefully we'll be headed to good places. I think also they might be creeping in over here too. This metal mine, we didn't get enough IP last turn. Okay, so hopefully this new turn we're going to have is going to increase our IP production a lot. Can we raise anything here? No, we don't have enough to do even a single brigade. Could just put in some, if they get closer, then I'll put in either a brigade or they'll put in something to defend that. Let's go forward another turn. Right now we're kind of like just waiting on our industrial capacity to get improved, and then when we have that we can start doing the widespread new forces being built. It'd be really good if we could get our hands on some walkers to just be able to, you know, kind of like get through those mountain ranges to the south. Like, the only thing walkers have in terms of upkeep is food. So they can kind of go out of supply. Like, the only thing they need to have is like some access to food, and, you know, that's not too hard to guarantee. It's trying to move all of the other supplies in that makes it a burden. We have so many things we want to use IP for right now. It's tough. Okay, we just hope that there's not a major catastrophe this turn. Okay, come on. What have we got? Okay, so we killed 900 infantry, 10 tanks. We lost 10 guns, 10 motorized, and 10 tanks. So, pretty even trade. I mean, we might have got the better end of that deal, actually. Yeah, I think that probably the guns and tanks we lost are going to be part of the militia, so I guess we'll see, but elections have been held. The old majority won with an even bigger share of the vote. We have developed the APC. Got mobile ops. More investor backing. Alright, let's take a look at the history, see what battles happened. So, Donkoram is attacking Schwarzbund in Juneavail. We were attacked and we slaughtered a whole bunch of infantry. This is where those 900 infantry deaths came from. Down here, they attacked the militia that we had and destroyed just those militia vehicles, like I thought, and pushed them back. That's all the battles there were. So the Indies now control this road. Not great. Might have to just pull him back. Try to do something about that. These guys are now basically fully supplied. This is finished, so we'll now have supply throughput throughout here now. We should anyway. What I'm going to do also is say traffic signs. Where are they? We want to completely deny all outgoing supply from here to there. No reason to send supply to this hex. So we'll send all of it this way. And really, we don't need it to go out that direction, so it's just up. And no reason actually to use that road. We'll just use this road, so we'll go like that. And we'll say none of it goes this way. I'm just trying to funnel the supply from here to here, up here that is. So we do have some IP available. Look at our troop replenishment. Let me go to the capital here. Replenish troops. We have to replace some infantry, so let's do 1, 2, 3. And we have to do some machine guns. And we have to do? That's it. Okay, just lost a couple troops of our own then. Okay. Can we get a new demetalizer? Do we have the... No, there's no point right now because we have the metal mines. We're getting enough metal production. We are eventually going to tap that out, but we're doing okay. Alright, so here we have significant enemy forces. Whoops, let's not do that. Let's switch to the move. Alright, let's move one up. Okay, got the hidden village back. That's good. Move this guy down. Okay. So last turn they were here, I think. They had been past there, so actually I think they might still be here. We got more of that, maybe. I'm not sure exactly. Okay. This front is stable. We moved forward, actually, so let's move up a little bit. What have we got here? Solar panels, demetalizer. So they do have some metal. Not very much at all, though. And let's just push forward with everyone again. Okay, good. That unit's still alive. I was hoping to get to this junction, but, there's enemies there. It's just we have so bad. Our recon is so poor. We'll just move everyone up, plug all the gaps. There we go. These guys can move. Leave this encirclement in place. That's a strategic headquarters they have here. So, say we want to attack with everybody here, 4.8 to 1, get up to 7 to 1. So let's do it with these units. Oh yeah. Yeah, their supply situation is so horrible that they just can't hold the city. So, who's going to move up? You're moving up. You're moving up. You're moving up. You're staying where you are. You're staying where you are. You can move over. Okay, this is interesting. So they actually gave up this ground here, which is fascinating. How's our, well, okay, let's take a look at this. This is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Military research, you're fine. Yep. Design model, what do we have? We can design a heavy tank, sure. And we're gonna make it a very heavy tank. So 180 millimeter howitzer. Let's do really the 105 is kind of the sweet spot for me, I'd say. So we're gonna have it very heavily armored and triple diesel. That's fine. This is kind of a proof of concept rather than something we're gonna build particularly. We will pay them 50 credits to not riot anymore. Okay, that's our decisions. This is nice. This is a nice looking front line. So now we actually have, we do have control over, what city is this? Juneavail. Which means we are inheriting all of its problems, essentially, but that could go well for us, too. Can we do anything? If we were to attack here... Oh, yeah. We can definitely have a huge victory here if we attack, so let's do it. A whole bunch of them surrendered. Okay, so we didn't get a total victory, but it's amusing. Even though the enemy wasn't defeated completely, their strongest unit here surrendered to us, which means they're now out of the fight. They can't do anything else. We could do a second attack here and probably break them, honestly. Maybe what I'll do is something like... Do we have any other units that can? No. Maybe this guy could. Alright, we'll move the HQ in and we'll attack with the HQ and this unit. Just try to get this taken care of. I think we'll win it. Yeah, there we go. They retreat, which is good, so we can seize this. Good. Now the Schwarzbund are just trapped in this tile here. So Dunkelraum is, along with us, now have defeated Schwarzbund on this front. We take Juneavail. Which is crazy to me. I mean, you look at these battles, and we're not doing very well. Mostly we are kind of struggling to stay even. But strategically, you look at the map, and we control way more than our enemies do. Admittedly, we have a problem down here. But on the whole, I would say we're winning the war. We need to raise more troops here. What kind of resources do we have? Do we have enough to get a brigade? We do. Okay, we can get any brigade that we want, pretty much. Do a mechanized MG battalion. No, I want the organizational HQ. Okay, so this is actually what we have access to. Get a 96% on that. Heavy MG infantry. I think we do that. I think we go for this. Less overall troops, but much, much better defensively. So we'll raise that formation. These guys will, next turn, be able to move out to plug this gap. Hopefully we can complete some of these assets that have been going on for so long. So this supply base is going to be upgraded. Or no, this one is going to be done, and then these guys will be fully supplied again. It's obviously, like, you wonder, like, the danger level in their capital has to be pretty uncomfortably high right now. Okay. And this is a problem over here, but really the only thing that they're threatening right now is this thermal, which is our electrical power. So we'll leave it in place. I think this buggy will start moving out and just go and try to claim some of this territory out here. Are these guys dried up the well yet? No, we actually still have a decent amount of oil coming in every turn from that. Do have a lot of money now. Let me check here. So we have 3 here. I'm going to move one of these guys up. Okay, and then we just have him here. Next turn we can start moving them along there. We're going to want to bring our artillery in for that. How are we doing on metal or ammo? We're doing alright. We won't do a bombardment this turn, I guess. The thing about Schwarzbund is they should be starting to burn themselves out on a lot of resources as well, because we have taken one of their cities, a lot of their territory, their metal mine, so they should be very much scrambling to fill all of those deficiencies now. This unit can move up. Have these guys plug that gap. Okay, this whole front line is good to go. Only problem is Dunkelraum could theoretically move to engage here. Or take that road or something. Okay. I think what we want to do is start saving up for Privates 4 everywhere. That will give us much better recon all around. If we look, where's our newest guys at? We have Privates 4, recon quality of 2. They only normally have 1. If we look at our Privates 3. So you're going to double our effective recon everywhere, which is very good. Big fan of that. Now we could also redesign our MGs. We should probably do that next, after we get our heavy tanks done. All we have down here is a couple of militia, so I guess we're going to have to build troops there too. We could start asking for more recruits. We don't really need them, actually, though. We have a lot of available recruits. The main thing holding us back is just our IP, which we are fixing. We should have Industry 2 in 2 turns. Yeah, we should be fine on that front. So, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there for this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please do go ahead, give me all the advice that you think is appropriate. To my mind, this is our biggest problem right now, right here. But the fact that the enemy is sending this force, this road here goes their cap. We could get to their cap by using this, win this part, possibly win the war. Obviously, taking Juneavail, big coup for us this episode, so that's going to be nice. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.